On July 19, 2025, the soulful and energetic performance of Sofronio Vasquez, the historic winner of The Voice Season 26 and the first Filipino to take the title in the United States edition of the competition, energized the Townhall in New York City. Vasquez was the first Filipino to win the title in the United States version of the competition. Vasquez gave his first concert, which was not only a demonstration of his singing abilities, but also a demonstration of his journey from modest origins in Misamis Occidental, Philippines, to international celebrity. He was accompanied by the well-known musical director Troy Loretta, who was also present at the concert. This assessment of 1,000 words encapsulates the essence of the event by delving into the creative potential, emotional depth, and cultural relevance of Vasquez's performance, which left an unforgettable imprint on the audience. A stage prepared for the history. After winning The Voice in December 2024, Vasquez gave his first major solo concert at the Townhall, which is a place that is noted for having an atmosphere that is both intimate and majestic. This was the ideal backdrop for the show. The night was described as an iconic night, and it lived up to the anticipation that was surrounding it. The event was announced on X by promoter Elton Lugay. The audience, which consisted of a varied mix of Filipino Americans, New York natives, and foreign admirers who had followed Vasquez's journey from his viral performances on The Voice to this important occasion, was buzzing with anticipation. The crowd was completely sold out. The stage was decked with subtle allusions to Filipino culture, such as motifs of the sun and stars from the Philippine flag woven into the backdrop. These elements blended in perfectly with the contemporary and sleek look of the venue. The entry of Vasquez was nothing short of a spectacular experience. There was only one spotlight that lit him as the lights began to lower. He was clothed in a tailored suit that was a deep blue color and expressed both elegance and confidence. As he played the song A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman during the final episode of The Voice, the air was filled with the opening chords of the theme song. This decision was made on purpose, and it served to set the stage for an evening that honored ambitions that were successful as a result of sustained effort. Applause broke out from the audience as they recognized the song as a representation of Vasquez's journey from working as a dental assistant in Utica, New York, to becoming a music sensation all over the world. Capabilities in vocal expression and emotional depth. The ability of Sofronio Vasquez to transcend genres while yet retaining a real and soulful core is what sets him apart as a remarkable performer. According to his bio on The Voice, he demonstrated his range throughout the evening by seamlessly navigating pop, R&B, jazz, and even a touch of rap. He did this throughout the entire evening. His setlist was a carefully crafted combination of original songs that hinted at his future as a recording artist with Universal Music Group, a reward he earned from the competition. His setlist included both covers that had defined his time on The Voice and original pieces that hinted at his future. One of the most memorable moments of the evening was when he performed a rendition of Sia's song, Unstoppable, which was the tune that had secured his final performance on The Voice. To contrast his earlier, more cautious performances in the Philippines, Vasquez injected the track with a swagger that was influenced by Motown. He moved across the stage with a newfound ease that was a striking contrast to his prior performances. The audience was enthralled by his ability to switch from thunderous belts to delicate falsettos, as well as by his vocal runs, which were emotional and precise at the same time. This performance emphasized his improvement since his audition for The Voice of the Philippines in 2013, when he failed to turn chairs, as was mentioned in an analysis that was published by Rappler. His self-assurance was obvious at the Townhall, which was a credit to the years he had spent developing his trade and overcoming rejection he had experienced. In addition, his rendition of Roy Orbison's Crying, which he performed during the top 8 round of The Voice, was another moment that stood out. Through the use of intricate vocal lines that garnered a standing ovation, Vasquez was able to transform the country classic into a masterpiece that was laced with R&B. Deep resonance was achieved as a result of the emotional weight of the song, as well as Vasquez's personal connection to the themes of loss and perseverance that it explored. He paid tribute to his late father, Sofronio Vasquez, who had been his first musical mentor and had died away in 2018. Was obviously moved, with several wiping away tears as Vasquez's voice soared into the last notes. Many of the audience members were aware of his story, conducted in conjunction with Troy Loreta. Incorporating Troy Loreta, a renowned Filipino-American musical director and pianist, into the concert brought about a significant improvement in its overall quality. Loreta, who is well known for his work with artists like as Ariana Grande and David Foster, contributed to the arrangements by bringing something that was lush and symphonic in nature. They sang a duet of Who's Lovin' You by the Jackson 5, which was a reference to Vasquez's final performance with Michael Bublé, who was his coach on The Voice. Their chemistry was clear during the musical performance. Vasquez was able to highlight his velvety tone and dynamic range thanks to the rich backdrop that was given by Loreta's piano accompaniment to the performance. With Loreta's elaborate arrangements complementing Vasquez's vocal acrobatics, the collaboration was a celebration of Filipino talent on a global scale. Loreta's contributions were a highlight of the cooperation. In addition, Loreta collaborated with Vasquez on an original tune titled Bililhan, which was first released by Vasquez in 2022 under the label Normal Use Records. The performance was a powerful tribute to his roots, as it was sung in Bisaya, which is the language of his native territory of Mindanao. The words, which expressed feelings of love and yearning, were performed with unfiltered emotion, and the audience's reaction, particularly that of Filipino attendants, was electrifying. During his introduction on The Voice, Vasquez boldly declared, "I'm from the Philippines." This moment highlighted his dedication to expressing his ancestry, which was a topic that he stressed throughout his performance. The significance of culture and the connection to the audience. The performance that Vasquez gave was more than just a concert. It was a significant cultural advancement. Although he was the first Filipino and Asian to win The Voice USA, he carried the weight of representation, which was a responsibility that he gracefully accepted. Throughout the course of the evening, he interlaced personal anecdotes, telling tales of his childhood in Misamis Occidental, where people lived in poverty and music was a source of joy despite the difficulties they faced in their material lives. In his speech, he discussed the impact that his father had on him, his relocation to the United States in 2022, and the kind nature of the Utica community, which he attributed with welcoming him as an immigrant. The audience was able to form a profound connection with him as a result of these moments of vulnerability, as many of them recognized their own aspirations and challenges reflected in his narrative. In addition, the event featured an unexpected appearance by the Filipino-American singer Jake Zyrus, whose participation contributed to the cultural resonance of the evening. The crowd's favorite was their rendition of That's What Friends Are For, which was a cover of a song that Vasquez had performed in 2022 and which went viral with over 9.5 million views. As seen by the huge social media interaction that his performances attracted, the performance was a tribute to the love that Vasquez received from the Filipino diaspora, which played a crucial role in his triumph on The Voice. An outline of what the future holds. In the last moments of the concert, Vasquez gave an encore performance of Elvis Presley's If I Can Dream, a song that served as a defining moment in his journey through The Voice. The audience was left on their feet as a result of the gospel-infused speech, as well as his impassioned commitment to all the dreamers out there. As the confetti began to fall, Vasquez was joined on stage by Loreta and the band. The excitement that they exuded as a inventiveness, combining technical expertise with the telling of an emotional story. It was his ability to incorporate his own personal narrative into each song, in addition to his versatility across a wide range of musical genres, that established him as an artist with lasting power. In addition, the event showcased his progression from a semifinalist on Tawaging Tanghalan to a global ambassador for Filipino talent at the time of the concert. Vasquez's future looks promising because he has a recording deal in his possession and a coach like Michael Bublé on his side from the beginning. In accordance with what he shared, he intends to pay tribute to the legacy of his father while also venturing into new musical territories and potentially even going back to dentistry as a means of giving back to his community. In conclusion, The performance that Sofronio Vasquez gave at the Townhall on July 19 was a celebration of creative brilliance, cultural pride, and the accomplishments of those who have persevered. The night was not only a demonstration of his remarkable talent, but it also solidified his position as a pioneer for musicians from the Philippines and Asia to establish themselves on the international stage. As the audience descended from the stadium, their acclaim echoed the sentiment that Michael Bublé expressed after the conclusion of The Voice, which was as follows: "You are the hope of so many people. It is not even close to being the end of Vasquez's adventure. And if this concert is any indicator, he is well on his way to inspiring millions more people."